I've been drawing since a very young age. I was the happiest when I was given a pen and a paper. I guess as 5, I was not the outgoing kind. I'd sit home, draw stuff. People would like to play. People would like to go play stuff. I'd sit home and draw. And it was always a hobby. And parents didn't really think it could be anything. It's a hobby. What does your son do? He dances. He draws. So that was about it. When I got into school, I was pretty decent at academics. So my parents thought I'll be an engineer, an IITian, if you will. So I was well on my way to becoming one because I think I started training for it in the 8th standard or something. I had books from Bombay, brilliant tutorials or some shit. So I was well on my way. And I didn't know what I wanted to do. This was going on. I moved to Nasik in 2007 to do my junior college. So I was away from home. I was staying with my grandparents, and so for the first time, I had some time to sit down, relax, have time and space to reflect. What I want to do is engineering my thing. Do I want to do it? Yeah, I score well, but I don't like it. So should I do it? This, that. So after a lot of deliberation, I landed on architecture. Nothing out of the ordinary. Architecture is, you can draw and you can also do the engineering bit. I was pretty naive then, I didn't know, but in the greater scheme of things, I believe architecture was right because I look at architecture as a very mother of all arts sort of a way. So you get to dabble in a bit of everything when you're doing this. So I said, okay, I'm doing architecture. And this was around the same time, I guess 10th standard boards, all that, mugging up to do all that. I was listening to a lot of music, and it started off pretty okay, rock, this, that. And then the need for heavier music kept building, and it went to, from rock it went to punk, it went to heavy metal, extreme metal, noise, all that stuff. So I was listening to a bunch of music at the time, and I was really fascinated. And I'm like, this I need to do. I mean, I don't know if you've, the Rick Griffin stuff, Stanley Miller posters by Grateful Dead, that's an artist from the 70s. So yeah, I was really excited. All this culture, so much good music, and such good art. And I was thinking, boy, I just need to be a part of this somehow. So at the time, what I first started doing was I started writing about music because that was the most natural thing to do. I was writing for a while. Then I wrote to a couple of webzines online. So then I started writing music. So I started reviewing new music, the same kind, heavy, distorted, guitar-based music. So I would have new music in my inbox every day, and I get to review it for sites. And I was like, it wasn't paid, but yeah, I was getting new music, legal and free. So I was writing about that. At the same time, I also started learning guitar because I just wanted to get into this thing so bad. I was trying everything. So I tried guitar. While I was in college, had a little band thing going also. I used to play, let's say I tried playing the bass guitar, wasn't really good at it. But it was fun. It was fun because I was getting to live the same thing. We were friends, we were getting together, playing music that we liked, jammed. The lead guitarist is sitting right here. So it was fun. But I wasn't good at it. So I said, hey, I am decent in drawing, maybe I should try that. I should draw stuff and all. So I was drawing just random stuff on my sketchbook in college. I was at JJ College of Architecture. So I think I didn't like the TOS lecture so much, so I'd sit and draw stuff during the lecture. And one of them, I happened to show this friend of mine, JP, who plays in a band called Gin and Miskatonic. They're Bangalore based, they play heavy doom, traditional doom / heavy music. So I showed it to him and he's like, dude, this is cool. Why don't we put this on a poster? I have a show coming out. Yeah, this was that drawing. That's a scan of the sketchbook, A4 sketchbook. And it went on a poster. And that's how it all started. That's where it began. And this was in 2013. Now it's been 3 years. And today I'm a practicing architect. And I'm a professional illustrator. I'm an architect during the week, and I illustrate. I primarily draw in pen and ink, and I make illustrations for bands from around the world. These things end up going on T-shirts, then album covers, and posters, amongst other things. In 3 years, it didn't just happen. So, in the beginning, when I did the Gin Miskatonic poster, it was nice, and I went to the show. I sold some prints. People are buying my prints. I'm like, this is good. Then I got more commissions. JP gave me another poster to do for another of his shows. I did the layout for his debut album. And there was a bunch of posters that I did around the same time. And then there was a lull, like it stopped. No more work. And that was about it. And it wasn't that, I'm not saying India, Bangalore, Bombay had a very thriving poster culture or whatever. But right now, it's really good. It wasn't so, say, a couple of years back. So I said, dude, what do I need to do to start getting more work? Because I'm starting to like it. I'm getting the money from bands and I can buy more music. Oh, yeah, I buy music. That's a new thing these days. So I'm getting all this money, I'm spending it on CDs, I'm buying posters, I'm buying graphic novels, and I'm loading my library. And it was just, you're getting your pocket money, you're getting something else. So I started looking at all the illustrators outside, because outside it is a very strong culture. Every show will have its poster. They will involve a local artist, or they will involve an artist from, from the other side of the globe, but there is a poster. People come to the shows, they want to buy the posters. It's signed, it's hand numbered, it's hand illustrated, or it's digital, whatever. But there is a culture. So I started comparing myself straight with the guys who are doing it properly. So I said, you can't put stuff on Facebook in an album, just few drawings, and then say, hey, give me work. You can't do that. So what I did was I said I need to get a website up, I need to have a web presence. People need to know that I do this thing, that I draw, and I can draw for your band, I can draw for your gig. So the next couple of commissions that I got, this time I didn't buy the CDs. I said, I have enough CDs now. I will save up. I put together some money and got my website going. So this was, I think, in 2014 that I started doing this. And I started putting the money together, and 2015 May is when I launched my website. So till then it was because I had to save up to put the website up. This is actually a reworking of the website. My website pretty much looks like this only. What was primary was I want serious work from serious bands. So for that, I need to project myself as a serious candidate. I can't be, an amateur, or at least project myself as an amateur and then expect big bands to give me work. I had to value my work more. That's what it meant. And after that, after I got the whole thing going, the website, all the social media things, I shared it here and there, I started getting more work. More people started seeing it. More people wanted to get work done by me. I was excited. So it wasn't just the business side of things that had to change and become professional. Even I had to bring some discipline in the way I worked. Earlier it was like I draw at home, I'm eating lunch, I'm drawing something, I go to college, I ink it. Then once college was done, I'm sitting at work, I'm going to site visits and I'm drawing and I'm finishing it. No, that's not going to work. I need to get some discipline in the way I work. So I did. It went from commission to commission. I put together a process that I said, hey, there's no deviating from this. This is the process. This is how it's going to work. So what happens is a band writes to me. Saying, hey, we need this and this. This is what we think you could do, like the brief. They'll say, this is the idea we have. Or sometimes they say they have no idea what to put. Why don't you come up with something? And that's when I ask them for their music. Because for me, it's been the kind of music I listen to, they generally tend to cater to heavy subject matters. So the ideas are pretty strong. So it's not difficult to come up with an idea. The idea is there. It is what the hard work is. The difficult part is interpreting it and all that. So once I have that, I'll ask them for their music. I'll ask them for some visual reference maybe, because I need to know where the band is coming from. I don't want them to have this impression of me drawing something entirely different when this is the kind of stuff I do, like black and white and all that stuff. I'll ask them for some visual references and be like, okay, this is fine. So once I have everything with me, I will start my research, my homework, and just wait for that one moment to find an impetus in the given brief saying, how am I going to interpret this? So now, I don't know if you've seen my work before or this is the first time you're seeing it. I'm comfortable with a few things and I like doing a few things. So I will try my best to interpret something in a language that I'm comfortable with. No matter how extreme your brief is, no matter how out there it is, I will try to interpret it in my way. Sometimes it doesn't work. I'm not saying every time it works. So the times it doesn't work, I've had to turn down bands and say, sorry dude, I can't do that. And sometimes I just have to go very literally. What the brief is, I just do that. So there are different ways to look at it. Once I'm done doing that, then I start thinking of the illustration. Yeah, I might be sketching here and there, but I always like to envision an illustration in my head before I start sketching. Like I don't want to be sketching and then land up nowhere. So even before I'm doing that, because mostly when I'm doing that, I'm at work. So I'm thinking of how this could work. Once I've figured out what is going where, then I decide how the layout is going to be, where the logo will come, if it's an album cover, if it's a track listing, where the tracks will come, layouts, this, that. So everything is there in my head and then I'll put it on paper. So that's how I send my concept sketches to bands. Now, other artists, what they usually do is draw a pencil sketch which is detailed and gives you a very clear idea of what's going to happen. I don't have the time. I am working as an architect during the week. I don't have the time. So I will just sketch it out on a post-it. I send it to one of the bands. They said, yeah, dude, it's cool. We understand what you're trying to do. And cool, this will work. So from there on, I said, I'm just going to do this. So I do my concept sketches on post-its. This one, so both of these are not released. It's not there on my website or anywhere. I'm yet to draw it. So these are this is for a band from UK called Conjurer. They're signed to Holy Roar, big label, big band. That is for another band called Tusk. They're from US. So yeah, that's what my concept sketches look like. Once it's approved, I start the drawing. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So this is a project I finished very recently, and it's for a band called Ceylon. Ceylon, they're an Australian scrams band. So these guys were pretty clear what they wanted. They're like, we need two artworks from you. One is a front cover, one is a back cover. This is for the back cover that I'm showing. What it came down to is the night sky. So now there isn't, like, I can't sit and interpret it in any way that's going to, be comfortable and all that. It needs to be a night sky. So the only way I could have done something about it was change my medium and do something within the materials and the tools to bring about the illustration. So what I did was I bought black chart paper because I was used to doing black ink on paper. I said I'll do something new this time. So I bought a white pen, black chart paper, and I cut it up, I mounted it, and that's me drawing. So I'm sorry if you think I have this fancy home studio, a fancy table, a fancy chair, an iMac on my desk. No, this is how I draw. On the floor, lying down, and this is the most comfortable thing. It's not like garibi hai isliye. This is how you give me a bed, give me a table, I won't be sitting on it. I'll be drawing like this. Sorry you had to see that. So these, I'll deviate for a bit. What I also do is I write a newsletter. So I am flooding all my friends with my nonsense, illustration and band stuff throughout. And some of them don't want it. They're like, dude, stop. Like, yeah, we get it. You don't have to be sharing it every day. So some months back, what I started, earlier this year, what I started was, I started a newsletter, and that's where I gave a monthly account. It started as a monthly, then it became bi-monthly. Now I haven't written anything for 3 months, but yeah. So what I do is, these newsletters are like letters. So I'd write to all the subscribers. So I have like 7,500 subscribers from around the world who really want to know what's going on. So they don't want to find things on the feed. They want to have it in their inbox and not miss it. So I do that. So this whole thing, I documented it for the newsletter. So I'm lucky I have it. Otherwise, that's the size of the artwork, and that's the nice sky, and that's the actual artwork. And this is how it is on the back cover. So once I've done that, I have to take it on Photoshop for color correction, get the contrasts right. So I'll use Photoshop Illustrator and make it proper. If I have to add stuff on it, I'll do that on Photoshop. And that's the end of it. That's the end of the process. This is the pre-order package that went online 2 days back. It is releasing in January, and so that's the front cover, t-shirt, and a very cool looking vinyl. That was one of the things I did very recently, and that was pretty straightforward. It was a night sky. I did a night sky, but that's one way of going about things. I've done a range of artworks, and as much as I have liked it to be just this, 2 types of inspirations that I take, it never is. I'm not looking for an impetus from a particular thing. Like the brief and just what the brief is, I'm going to do that. No, it could be anything. So I'll run you through a couple of things I've done and what has inspired that particular artwork. So this is Pentacle of Doom. This is one of my favorite covers I've done till now. It is for a 5-way split. A 5-way split is where 5 bands play 1 song each and come together and make an album. So these 5 bands are from India. They're Doom bands. This was the cover. It's not released yet, but the brief for this was Pentacle of Doom, and the client said you could interpret it the way you wanted to, and you have your complete creative freedom. Do whatever you like, but tell me what you can think of. So that's one side. The second side is, so we, the word that I started with was doom. I don't know why, but we talk about apocalypse way too much these days, and it's in the movies you watch, it's in the shows, and everything is about destruction. A meteor is going to strike, fire, chaos, blood, this, that. I have my own way of, I think of the apocalypse. I don't think it's not happening. It is inevitable, but the way it's going to happen, it's going to be beautiful. It is going to be gradual, it's going to be slow, and it'll be the nature claiming back what is its. So basically, it's the nature swallowing everything man-made, and it will go right back to what it was. So here is what I'm trying to capture, is the place where it all began. The origin of that doom is that little flower there, and that's where it's begun. So Pentacle of Doom. So the brief was usually bands, they don't come with a clear brief. Most of them, they say we want something cool, and then it is on me how do I go about it. So I choose this is one of my favorite bands, by the way, Sangharsha. They're a New York / Kathmandu band. One of their songs is called Damilo. Damilo in Nepali means muddy, clouded, unclear. What the song talks about is mental health, mental struggle, and how the human mind, in spite of all its capabilities, and no matter how equipped you think you are, life can hit you unannounced anytime. So the squid, the octopus, is the representation of the human mind with all its tentacles, representing how capable, how mighty it is, and how we think it is, it can overcome anything. So this was one of the first instances where the music was very instrumental on how I wanted to project it, how I wanted the art to look like. If you listen to the music, I have it, we could listen to it later, but this is the kind of image I was coming up with. It is not me sitting and deciding, hey, it's going to be octopus, or maybe it's going to be a pig, it's not like that. When I'm listening to the music, I'm reading about it because I'm reading the lyrics, and I have mental images. So some of these mental images go on paper and end up looking like this. I'm not saying the mental image was exactly this, but a muddier version of this. This was a poster I did very recently for a band called Nadia. I've been listening to the band since I was in college, third year sometime. I think one of the guys from Bombay gave me I bought a CD, and yeah, one of my most favorite bands. So I was pretty stoked about doing this. This was for the gig at Edinburgh. This happened in November. Sunwolf and Tild are the opening bands before Nadia. So this one here was based on, again, another of these songs. Now, the kind of music Nadia play is not very, actually none of this music is very, you can sing along to, or you can hear the lyrics. It is pretty muddled up in the mix. So it is more about how emotive the songwriting is, how emotive the sounds are, and what is it doing to you, like what the sounds are doing, and what images are they giving. So Nadia's music, the song called SV, it's a 40-minute song. It's just one song, and that's the album also. So listening to this song, I was reminded instantly of calm, and the calm that is beneath the ocean. And I remember I was at my uncle's, 10th standard, 8th standard sometime. I don't know how to pronounce, Galapagos Island? Is that how you pronounce it? So yeah, that was a documentary going on, and I remember looking at those turtles just move continuously, and there was that calm that I'd not seen anywhere else. And I was here listening to Nadia, and I was instantly reminded of that. And I said, hey, that's going to be the poster. So I don't decide these things, right? I make the concept sketch, I'll send it to the promoter, I'll ask them, what do you think? I'll send it to the band, what do you think? And they like it, and that's when it happens. These guys are from UK, Conan, they play heavy doom music. Now this one here is also from the music, but it is a little tongue-in-cheek. So Conan has a song from their first album, Monos, called Hawk as Weapon, AS Weapon. And now here is a band who, if you see their stuff, everything is bold, everything is overblown, and it is black and white, and it's quite daunting and very literal. They sing about cavemen and eagles and stuff like that, and I couldn't have interpreted a song that was called Hawk as Weapon into something else. So I had to draw a hawk. So this artwork is called Hawk has Weapon. Yeah, when I send them that, so yeah, tongue-in-cheek. So I do that as well. And by now, you've seen some of my work. and maybe some of you have seen it before. And the most frequent question I get is, why do you draw the way you draw? Why this? So, and if you notice, there is a style. I hate to use that word, but there is a general aesthetic that everything tends to look like. Now, this doesn't happen overnight, or it isn't me consciously sitting in one place and deciding, hey, see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw in pen and ink. I'm going to draw animals, and I won't use color. And it's not a decision I took like that. It would have been easier if I did, but yeah, I didn't. So why pen and ink? Since my childhood, I've been drawing with a pencil or a pen. And I always had a pen at my disposal because my dad would carry a pen. I didn't have a pencil on me all the time. So wherever I am, I had a pen, I had paper. You don't need paper, you can draw on anything. And then I got into architecture. Now, architecture, I had pens all around me because the first couple of years you're hand drafting, you're hand inking. So I had Rotarings, Staedtlers, Microns, all that stuff at my place. And it was the most easily available thing. And a paper. Architecture student, I had to have some paper. So that's why pen and ink. Why black and white? Now, I don't know, some of you know me, some of you don't. So I'm the sort of person who obsesses over the tiniest details, and I'll spend a day on it. And I'll stress out, and I'll want it right, and just too many decisions. So with color, what happens is there's way too much to do, way too many decisions, and way too many answers. And I wanted to remain sane. So I said, this is how it's going to be. So in the beginning, when I did this, some people didn't like it, and some people like, no, why don't you use some color? And I tried also, but I never liked it. I had to spend some more time on it. I never liked it. So then I stopped consciously not taking these projects. You want color? I don't do color, sorry. Done. Black and white, I feel, has this really nice old world handcrafted charm to it that I really like. And I think it's the most bold looking thing. Colors, for me, they tend to deviate from, I don't know. I want it to be striking. Colors don't give me that for me. So I don't use colors. Why nature? Again, I was born in Bangalore. I used to go there as a kid to my grandmom's every summer. But Bangalore, we had a huge garden. So right from my childhood, I was always used to having a huge garden, lots of plants around, lots of watering to do, lots of coconut trees. That's where it started. Even right now, like we went to Goa this time, we weren't in the north, we were in the south doing nothing. So I like the calm the nature has. So and it is one of the reasons I moved to Bangalore, because I like having trees around me. Bombay didn't do that. I really like nature. And one more thing is, I'm pretty good at it. Like, I can draw animals better than humans. So that's why you don't see any humans on my thing, because I do draw humans on my sketchbook. You'll find something, but no, I'm not ready to take it out and show it to people that this is what I draw. No, I'm not going to do that. But this, I think I can draw a good mean-looking hawk. When I started doing this, it is not like suddenly every band wanted hawks and turtles and pigs on their artwork, and they didn't want blood and skull and gore on it. No, that's not. I chose to say no to them. I said, hey, that was cool. Some of my favorite artworks have skulls, blood, everything, and I love it. I can't do it. Second, I think that aesthetic is tired. Like, it's been, how many years now? It's been 20, 30 years. We've been doing the same old. Like, it needs, either you do it, I'm not saying I don't do skulls, I do them, but it needs to be a new aesthetic. And the music, the kind of music it is, it should allow you to deviate from the age-old and start new things. One point I made very clear right from the beginning was, dude, I'm not going to be listening to cliches or incorporating cliches in my work. Sometimes I do, but that I can't avoid. But for the most part, I'll try and not do that and see how it goes. So when I'm doing this, I've had to turn down a lot of bands. I've had to say no to them. I've had artworks rejected because the skull didn't look gory enough. I've had so all sorts of things. But I said, no, that's not happening. I'm working on an aesthetic. I feel this has something, and I'd like to do that. This was in the beginning, but right now, I'm like, it makes me really excited to say this, but bands come to me and they are interested to know how I would interpret their music or their brief. And, that's what you set out for. So when you're doing this, and this happened to be like the combination of all this was unique, like unique as in not like there was nobody doing stuff like that, but it was different in the space that it was, which is the heavy metal subculture, and it was different for that. And some people liked it, some people don't, but yeah, that's always the case. And I'm happy like bands want to do that. What do I use? Yeah, that's another question I get way too many times. So that's what I use. I use microns because they are cheap. That Sharpie was given to me by a friend. That brush was of the same set. That's just a pencil. That I don't know what it's doing. Having talked about all of this, it's been 3 years since I've been doing this, and it's not like it's done. It's not like what I set out to do, I've done. No, this is like I'm just starting out, because the kind of work I want to do is still out there, and there's a lot of it, and I want to do all of it. Now, currently, I'm working on 4 projects. All of them are all of them are big bands. When I say big bands, I mean big in the heavy metal space. Like you won't find me doing artwork for, I don't know. But these bands I've been listening to, again, for 5-6 years, and they are major, they signed to big labels and stuff like that, so it'll be cool. Some of it is going to end up on album covers, and it'll be really cool. And so yeah, what really motivates me to do all of this is this, like this little kid in me who's like, dude, your artwork's going to be on a vinyl, like let's do this. Your artwork's going to be all around. Oh yeah, that Nadia poster was all around Edinburgh, like all around. It was in polls, like bus stations, is that. And I'm like, dude, I've never gone to Edinburgh. So when I share these posters, I have family members asking me, so UK kaisa raha? Like, no, dude, it's just the artwork, show. So, it's just that little kid in me who wants to be part of this, who just wants to contribute to this subculture that I identify with. And that's what keeps me going. Apart from doing the band stuff, I've also started doing other things. So, okay, I didn't talk about one thing I missed out. I choose my projects. I do this on weekends, so I can't be working on something that I'm even a little less excited about. If I'm working on something, I'm like stoked about working on it because I have 2 days to do it. Weekends, I can't do it on the week because by the time I'm home, I'm tired, I can't do anything. I'll send mails or something, but yeah, that's about it. 2 days, and I have to be excited to do it. So I will handpick every project, and I'll keep saying no to a lot of bands. Now, cool thing is, what happened very recently, I'm almost done. So, what happened recently is a publication house wrote to me from Delhi, Aleph Publication House, and this is the first time I'm announcing it. It's not there on the website anywhere, but so I have my first book out. And I've done illustrations on it. It's a reissue of Jim Corbett's Man-Eaters of Kamau. The copy was lying there, and I was asked to provide the illustrations for the book. Now, I'm like, yeah, why not? Now, this is, again, something I'm excited about, as excited as doing a poster, so I'll do it. And then, what else? I also start my online store, my own store, which is anoopbhat.in/store. I was on a couple of art platforms, but it was cool. Some of them are friends also. It's nice, but the kind of culture I really want to bring is we are nowhere close to it. So what I do is I put my work. A lot of people would ask me, "Hey, I like that artwork, but could you remove that band name? Could you put this on a t-shirt but not put the band logo?" So yeah, that was weird. So that's why I started doing art prints, and I do limited edition prints. I'll go to Commercial Street. When I was in Bombay, it was Muhammad Ali Road. I'd go look for paper and collect them and then print on them, and then do limited stuff like 10 prints, 5 prints, 2 prints, and see how it did. And it's been going well. And the Nadia poster, I have, like, it's almost sold out. I have some other artwork that's almost sold out. So yeah, business is good. And yeah, at this point, I'm just talking because I don't know where to go. I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.